Dosha Lyfe TV. Long time no see. It's been a while since I did a video. I know I had a lot going. But yeah, I'm back. So what I want to talk about right now is portals. What I mean by portals, the portal of the divine feminine, the womb. What that really is, why a man needs to be careful on which wombs he enter and how he treats a woman regarding the wombs he enter. It's deeper than you think. People think everything is just sex, looks, and status, and it's way deeper than that. Sex is way deeper than you think it is for a man, and in reference to a woman. There's a reason why we move differently because we're wired and we're designed differently for different reasons. In other words, it's like saying both sides has their advantages. It's not one better than the other, or any of that they try to paint. Now, with that being said, let me get started on the subject. And it's really deep. It's deeper than people actually put it out there to be. So with that being said, you gotta understand this. Women are portals. Their function is a portal. What your heart does, your heart is a portal for spirits to come in by way of emotion or energy. And they are emotional beings. Their womb is another portal. It's a portal to bring forth life or substance, whatever, from the divine feminine realm or the realm of darkness, the soul. That's the soul realm. So from the soul came birth, the matter. Everything comes from the soul. It's all an extension of it. So with that being said, that womb is what you would call the fruit of life. A man, his thoughts, when he nuts, his seed, you know what I'm saying? His thoughts become his seed. What a man thinks becomes his seed that he nuts into a woman, into her womb, and that womb changes that seed into a tree of life. You are the walking tree of life with the forbidden fruit, which is your third eye, and the serpent being the kundalini. Okay, so that's just talking around the subject. Now, with that being said, a woman, her womb is like fertile land. A woman that's like a virgin is like fertile land with fertile soil that has never had a tree planted. It's just the most fertile land. It's like a tree pot. You hear what I'm saying? Now, a woman that's been with multiple men that has multiple seeds in her wombs and whatever, I'm not talking down, but it's more like it's fertile land that has multiple different gardens. And sometimes the garden, the type one plant might take the soil and the life out the soil and kill off another plant. If I put a weed seed in a flower garden, that weed seed will kill all the flowers in that garden, sucking the life out the soil into that plant. It's that deep. And it's like that when it comes to when a man plants his seed in a woman. We're not just planting a seed that's to be given birth to into a child, but we also plant seeds of thought. And these seeds of thought are things that we manifest through the thought process of a woman. Now, why I say that? Okay, so let's say this. It's a seed of thought. I could plant an idea in a woman's head and she would take that idea, reproduce that idea to something great. We produce the thought, we produce the seed. They reproduce the seed into something in this physical plane. That's why they say women reproduce. We produce. Produce is what you create with your mind. We're the mental beings, not the emotional. So with that being said, we're the gatekeepers and they are the portals. We're the ones with the keys, which is the phallus, and they are the portals, which is the womb. It's that deep. So when you plant a seed in the woman's womb, let's say she's pure, she's a virgin. No other man has ever implanted any type of thought processes into her mind. She is pure. That means she's open to whatever, because whatever seed you plant, that's what's going to shape the direction this woman or this fertile gland within her womb goes. Okay, so say you have sex with her, and she's carrying the energy of your seed because you had sex and became one. Okay, she's feeling your energy. Now, understand when a man has sex with a woman, oral sex, whatever, you're drinking this woman's emotions. She's able to emotionally program you. And a man is able to mentally program a woman. So, with that being said, you program her mental. You steer the direction you want her to go. When she programs your heart, she steers the direction she feels she wants you to go. Now, that's even deeper than that. I still ain't get on the subject. This is where it's going to be the tipper. If I have sex with a woman and put my energy in this woman. And how she feels emotionally becomes my emotional state. If I piss this woman off and she's mad at me and my energy is in her womb, there's nothing worse than a woman scorn. If I piss her off, she can manifest through her emotions problems in my life through her womb energy alone. It's that serious. If I implanted my thoughts into her womb and it manifests to either an idea or a seed, a child, it can happen in a physical. You can turn your thoughts into a physical being. That's what we are. We are physical beings that we're the thoughts of our fathers with the hearts of our mothers. It's really how deep this is. Different functions. This trends, whatever, that's different. That's something else. Now, I mean, I'm not Dave Chappelle, but don't hit me like Dave Chappelle, man. But now, anyway, though. Now, with that being said, though, your thought process creates the produce. If I eat fruit from a tree, understand this fruit eats nothing but the sunlight. Therefore, the sunlight has intelligence from divine power, from divine sources. If I eat this fruit, that intelligence digests in my stomach and it becomes my thought process. With that being said, this thought process can then be replicated into a seed if I'm having sex with the thought process of the fruits that I just ate, and then program that or the frequency of that into the seed, into the womb of that woman, and decide to have that seed born into a tree, in other words, a human, then with that being said, that's produce. You took that produce, made it your seed, and it was reproduced through the womb into a being. This is how a spirit can transfer through a plant. Believe it or not, the spirits, you're not the spirit, you are the soul. You're a temple. So, on a deeper level, because I'm going to go way deeper than this. I'm still on the surface. So, with that being said, if a woman has multiple different seeds planted, it's like instead of it being fertile land, waiting for a seed to be planted, it's like a jungle with multiple different seeds. Let's see, she's a sex worker. These seeds are seeds of thought. A woman's mind replicates the thoughts of those she has sex with. And the one that's the strongest seed is the one that's the strongest tree. It's the one that sucks the life out of the weaker seeds and the weaker trees. So with that being said, for a woman that deals with a lot of men, the only way for her to actually have your mindset attention or to reflect your light exactly is if your energy is the most divine in her field. If that makes sense. In her energy field. Because you see, your soul is the nation. You plant your seed in that womb. You know what I'm saying? You plant your nation or plantation. Ooh. Plant your seed into that womb to grow your nation. And if she represents the moon and you represent the sun, that moon is not going to reflect that sun's light if she's reflecting the light of all these different, you can't see your light on that. You get what I'm saying? The moon reflects the light of the sun or remains in its darkness. If there's another sun, it's just going to switch orbits into the biggest, most dominant sun. And if two suns are too close, one's going to eat the other. So you can't say just two men, one, nah. So, you know, that's another subject. But now back to this womb subject. So if you ever notice, women that, like the ones that's the most crazy, 5, 6 baby dad, the ones that's out there, the most craziest women, you notice all their baby daddies are most of the time in jail. People always want to look at the side like, what did the man do? But nobody ever looks at why did the man do what he did? What pushed him to that point to do it? If I have sex with a woman and she's naturally unbalanced, I don't have to piss her off for her to be mad at me to manifest destruction in my life. So if she's naturally unbalanced, always mad all the time, and then I'm attached to her womb because I done had sex with her, and then she just happens to be mad, thinking about me, all she has to do is feel a certain type of way about me, and that energy field becomes the energy of my surroundings. So if I'm dealing with a chick that's crazy and she's mad at me, I might step outside next to get in a car accident, police might pull up, something. Or I could get killed. It's that deep depending on how scorned she really is. It's just why men want to go for women that's more pure at mind. And women, y'all have to understand, it's not about your body count, it's about how you detox your mind. You are programmed by every man you have sex with. All you have to do is water fast, detox their energy, and you're pure. You have the mindset of a virgin. And men, with this being said, you want to attract these women that's not messed up and destroyed in the head. You got to fix your mind first, my dude. You attract yourself on both sides. You attract yourself or you attract your darkness. If you attract your darkness, you attract the reflection of your soul. That's your twin flame for the current frequency of your life. Your darkness is your soul self. When you live in your truth, you know what I'm saying, you attract your true self. When you live in your ego, you attract your ego. Now, if you attract your true self and that person has flaws, those flaws reflect yourself or the reflective parts of yourself that you're about to leave behind as you enter to a new field. It's that deep. I had to learn to master your mind. If you want to find a good woman, you know these good women are the mindset of a virgin. You have to become that mindset of a virgin. A virgin don't have that much trauma. You attract your trauma. You attract your insecurities in other people. If you're a big woman, you're not going to find an in-shape man. You're going to find a man with the same type of insecurity as you. He could be a skinny man. Don't matter. He's insecure about his weight. You're insecure about yours. It's just the only difference. You will attract your insecurities. So once you fix these things within yourself, you will not find somebody perfect outside of yourself. You manifest yourself. So you make your mindset that of a virgin on both sides. You detox your energy from past relationships, every relationship. And when you do that, you don't have those traumas. You still step into it like you're a virgin with no expectation. The expectations can come from baggage and trauma. You know, and I just wanted to speak on that. This men-women thing is deeper than you think. They say what you bring to the table. A man's nature is the table. A woman's nature is that beautiful flower vase that you sit on top. The table supports the vase. The man supports the woman. You know, the man provides stability and protection, right? If the vase is on the ground, somebody's likely to kick it and break it. That's what the table for. But understand that table don't need that vase. That vase needs that table. Without us, there wouldn't be no world continuing. Without them, okay, either way it goes, you need each other. So y'all can't even dismiss that. But you got to keep in mind, men are the table. Stop trying to change the narrative and become the man in the situation. If you want to become the table, if you want to say you're the table, get you a gay man. Get you no salt on them gay men. But I'm just saying, get you something that doesn't mind being submissive. There's someone for everyone. If you want to be a masculine mindseted person, you will have a submissive as your equal. If not, you will not have two masculine heads because they will combat with each other. That's conflict. And that's when a man gets with a woman that's argumentative. We don't want that. You can't put two sides of the same magnet together. They will repel. You need opposites. Not really opposites. You got to understand it's a balance between all things. So with that being said, like the yin and yang symbol. A man represents the yang, a woman represents the yin, right? The yang has just a tiny bit of yin, but it's not balanced. And a woman has just a tiny bit of yang, but it's not balanced. It's balanced when they come together. Balanced in unity. Now, if that yin is balanced and that yin is unbalanced, it's going to be like, you see what I'm going with this. So, I say all that to say, you know, be careful the women you deal with. If her mind is messed up, if her heart, her emotional state is all over the place, you have sex with her, your energy will be all over the place. Your mind will still be yours, but you'll see the conflict and you'll be at war with your own heart. Because we're connected at heart by every woman we have sex with. Therefore, if a man has multiple wives, he will know which wife and which pain based off the emotional state of her, because he would feel it as his own and know how to. If he's a mental being, he'll know how to tell which woman is from and which woman needs the most care at the right time or whatever. You know, if a man had multiple wives, it's just because we're wired that way. Not saying what's right or wrong. A woman's mind is not meant to handle multiple men. You're not meant to have multiple strings to your mind. A woman's heart is never hers to give away. And a man's mind is never his to give away. That you can love freely, you know what I'm saying? But don't submit your mind to every being. And you could, you know what I'm saying? You could love, yeah, you don't submit your mind, don't submit your heart. You know what I mean? A man, only a man submits his heart. It's impossible for a woman. Woman can be getting kicked upside the head by her children and she'll still love them to death. She can be beat every day and still love that guy because her heart will not shut down. She would detox at every moon cycle. They only get better once that kind of stop. And that's, I know it sounds crazy. The moon is in tune with your womb. It pulls that emotion. The emotion is energy. Energy stores in your blood. So when the moon is on its cycle, you're on your cycle, and it's pulling that emotional energy that doesn't serve you out through your blood. That's why if you have a very emotional month, you'll have a very heavy cycle. If you eat a lot of food that has a lot of trauma stored in it, like meat, you will have a heavy cycle. The lighter the cycle means the lighter the pain that weighs down your soul. Believe it or not, yeah, the blood's sacred, but you're supposed to purify. You're not supposed to have that heavy of a flow. That means you're drained of a lot of energy, and that's why you will feel irritable during the time of your period, because that irritability is all that emotion that's coming out from that previous cycle. Learn how to detox your energy. Eat right, and you'll be better. This is why I'm trying to tell you to eat right. That getting hangry, that's hormone imbalance. They put soy in the food. Soy is estrogen. You need food that has soy in it to stay balanced. And when you don't have that soy, now you're hangry. You're angry. That's aggression. That's testosterone. Because your body makes testosterone to counteract. You know what I'm saying? Your body makes natural testosterone to counteract that insufficient amount of estrogen that you're eating. That's that hangry feeling. Eat right, and you'll think right. And you might actually be able to get along with people better. You know what I'm saying? And that goes on both sides. Man, you're not supposed to eat estrogen. You just get more submissive and ran over. It's just that real. You get testosterone from the portal of a woman, and a woman gets estrogen from a phallus, believe it or not. The heart is a portal. You bring in energy through that. If I look at a situation, see a dead body on the ground, if I choose not to feel some type of way about that dead body, that means I kept my heart close to it. Therefore, the spirits of that situation don't enter my temple that I am the governor of. You see what I'm saying? I'm not traumatized by it versus somebody that looks at it and be like, oh my God, you done let it in. You done felt some type of way, therefore you choosing to feel. If you choose to act on it, you done gave it them spirits leeway to work from within your temple. Therefore, you done let them in, and now it can become a trauma. Now you're traumatized, you can't sleep at night. It's a portal. Feminine energy is a portal. We are the keys. We program these portals. We program a woman, believe it or not. Her womb is a portal. What you want to come out that portal to manifest in your life, the term is dependent on what type of woman you have and how you treat her. If you treat her like boo-boo, don't be upset if when you have sex with this woman and she's pissed at you, your life starts turning to shit. If you treat her like gold and she's a good woman, if she's feeling love and feelings about you after sex, guess what's going to happen? Your life is going to elevate. It's going to rise. If you're dealing with prostitutes all day, every day, only, the Cardi types, them types, by that point, their mind is already programmed by so many different men, you can't tell them shit. They're already programmed by it's like throwing seeds on top of dirt. There's already shit growing out of it. It ain't just gonna grow. It's not fertile. It has to be something powerful that'll grow no matter what. That means you got to be something that's a Kundalini master, because your sexual energy is tied to your spiritual energy, and therefore sexual morality is tied to spiritual morality. You throwing your spiritual energy around at all these different random women, tying yourself to all these different random women, and these women energies all over the place. Your energy is gonna be up and down, like all over the place. You're not gonna know what emotions you're feeling. And as men, we shut our hearts down and we don't feel anymore. We get to that point, we get heartless because there's so many emotions programmed in our heart. We don't think, we shut it down and just use logic. And logic without that little bit of yin is imbalance. You get to the point you get ruthless, or you have emotional shutdowns or breakdowns. Women that have mental breakdowns, men that have emotional breakdowns. That's the difference. Well, no, we both get them. Depends on the ratio of how you live. So, you know, we would end up with a shut down heart. The woman would end up with a shut down mind. You can't give that man no new love if he don't love himself. And you can't teach that woman nothing if she don't want to learn. She feels like she knows it all because she's learned it from another man. And then the prostitute women, they go for the lowest of the men with the lowest thought process, and they're programmed by the lowest of thoughts. So you really got to think about that. So y'all, like I said, there's some sacred whores that can detox these energies. Y'all can detox and do this and that. But understand, everything that touches your DNA that benefits your soul, you will not detox. So if it's somebody good, yeah, you're going to detox all the bad shit, but you know what I'm saying? You're going to hold the love. You'll detox the trauma. There's ways to do this. So if you want to do sex work and you're doing that, you know what I'm saying? Just learn to detox your frequency. You don't need to hold all these different men's energy. It's not necessary. It makes you bitter. It makes you masculine. You don't want that. Men don't go for that. They won't see that. Even if you stop sex work, they will still see you as that because you will still hold that same trauma until you detox it. You could still become reborn again virgin spiritually. It's actually a real thing, mentally. You can reborn. You can do that. Your body regenerates when you water fast. It's never too late for anyone. You just have to actually give a damn about yourself. Self-discipline is power. Nobody can lead you to do something you don't want to do if you have self-discipline. And nowadays, it seems self-discipline is going out the window because accountability talk is labeled hate speech. We're not stepping on feelings, no. Y'all need to learn how to accept that, yeah, you have feelings, but these feelings are not what you are. You need to stop all that. But anyway, though, Dosha Lyfe TV. Like, subscribe, hit the Cash App. I'm back. I plan on keep going head first, you heard me? And I'm about to start that Patreon back up. All that. So, add my IG also is Dosha Lyfe TV, just for underscores, you know? So, yeah. Hit that channel. Hit that Cash App. Wink, wink. Peace, fam.